I'll tell you what, the past few weeks on Monday Night Raw, it seems like John Cena may as well be coming out dressed as Uncle Sam. I don't know about you.
Well, all I can tell you is the finish was bullshit. It was bullshit. Okay, the finish was bullshit.
I mean, John Cena, he comes out dressed in like this, like, I don't know, this like Easter egg blue color later. And I just think he might as well be coming out, you know, with all his really patriotic promos and everything that he's been coming out.
So the beginning of Raw starts with Randy Orton teasing the ending of Raw, which makes you wonder, why the hell am I watching 3 hours to just get to that ending?
Yeah, and you know, for those who have been listening to the podcast for a while, you've brought up how, and you are consistent that after WrestleMania you will unsubscribe to the network and likely not tune into WWE programming.
Well,
you know?
Well, one reason why I can't do that is because I have lost access to USA.
Yeah, as I have too.
But you, sir, are gonna still watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Now here's the funny thing people don't understand about television in the 21st century is that those views on YouTube still count towards the overall viewership of a program. So even if you watch something on YouTube, it can if it's a show, it can count towards the overall viewership of said show.
Yeah.
Like networks actually look at those numbers to see how big an audience is in that.
Yeah, because they get their advertising and everything too, their exposure.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, we've had our way Service Electric. We're having issues, and I have like only a few channels, and it's like I'm back in the Stone Age.
Yes.
At least on my TV, you know, and so I've been going.
I mean, at the end of the day, Tyler, it's not a big deal anyway. Television is completely almost online based anyway.
Yeah.
It's transitioning to that way. You know, it's almost like if I missed a favorite show, I can just go on ABC.com, NBC.com, and so on. I mean, the only network I can't go on to watch my shows if I miss it is HBO. At least until they recently announced this online service stream, which I still can't get access to because I don't have an Apple TV, an iPod, or an iPhone. I was hoping to get on my laptop, but I can't. I gotta wait like a few more months probably. No big deal. I'll just do it. What I've also been doing with gamer phones, illegally downloading and streaming.
Yeah.
You did hear that though. Yeah.
So, anyways, so I guess we'll review Raw. You know, one of the last few ones up till WrestleMania.
I figure the post-Mania they can be our final show. I think that's where we can finally nail it in the call.
That'll put. Yeah.
I mean, you can keep doing it, Tyler. I mean, obviously, radio broadcasting is your career of choice in that.
Yeah.
It obviously is a choice. It's something that I think at one point at a young age thought about going into. Didn't really realize that there was a major for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. For me, I can't deal with. I can't watch wrestling anymore. It's too hard. And this one was just ridiculous. It was full of ridiculous stupidity at its finest.
Yeah, I can tell you've, you know, especially in recent months, and I mean, hey, that's why Corey right now is upstairs and not doing this either. No, exactly. Unlike when he used to join us, you know.
Although once again, he goes on that YouTube channel. See, that's the problem with wrestling fans. Even when you start watching on television, you can't get away from the product at all. Yeah. So I'm going to at least try to get away from the product altogether. Yeah. Because I just can't deal with it anymore. Yeah. This week's Raw, I mean, we can talk about the week before because we didn't even review that one.
Most of which I kind of forget anyways. But
it was a better addition, though.
Yeah.
But this week, just so much. And like I said, I talk about the opening segment, spoiling the ending of the, I mean, to the ending segment, pretty much.
Yeah. I don't know who else out there thought that was, you know, that by the end of the night, things were not going to turn out the way they did.
Not to mention, you take one of the top heels and make him a glorified idiot. Because Randy Orton just told him. Yeah. He told everybody. and their reaction was, ha 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 ha. Yeah. You know? It's like idiots. They're all idiots.
So.
Even when Randy's attacking JJ Security, Seth is still saying, no, you guys leave. Me and Randy got this. Yeah. Those actions do not make me worry one bit that Orton's going to stab me in the back at some point in this match.
Yeah, but so the opening segment, Orton basically joking around with Big Show and Kane and Seth Rollins and J&J Security. He did have some fair, I guess, criticisms that actually, you know, like Kane now is essentially, you know, pouring coffee and, you know, stuff like that.
Yes, the monster's dead. Exactly, the monster's dead. You know, that was one of the comments. You know, Big Show's a whiner. He said he actually said Jamie Noble's great, just that he's very short.
Yeah.
Pretty much summed up his career in a heartbeat.
Right, yeah.
Jamie's great. He's short.
Yeah.
And he didn't even comment on Joey Mercury, which I don't even know how to take that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, but yeah, the whole maybe I'll beat everybody of the end of the show.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just joking, guys.
I'm just joking. Yeah. I'm not, guys. This is how the show's gonna end.
Yeah.
Spoilers, everybody. You can skip all 3 hours now and just just fast forward. You can even go to bed if you want and turn the TV off. You know how this show's gonna end.
Yeah. I knew it had to happen eventually, but they kind of gave
it
away that it would happen.
Out of all the ways to officially start an Orton Rollins feud, that's one of the stupidest ways, dude. I thought what he might do is maybe Rollins teases cash in on Lesnar maybe tonight, or you know, because Brock is actually in the building tonight, and maybe Seth is going to cash in finally, and then all of a sudden Randy come out because I know we're in RKO's him in that, and you know, and therefore screws Rollins, something like that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they didn't do it that way. So that was your opening segment to Monday Night Raw this past week. Again, I guess kind of spoiling the ending in a sense.
And actually, I guess stay with Randy Orton and Seth Rollins last week. I thought the best segment on the show, besides the Paul Heyman promo, which sadly I think was also the best segment on the show.
It always is one of the better ones.
Well, once again, all it just means is that's going to be so depressing when Brock leaves the UFC, and Paul's probably going with it. Yeah. That means no more Paul Heyman promos anymore.
Yeah.
The last true bad guy in this industry is leaving, pretty much. No, but I thought the Jon Stewart stuff wasn't too bad last week.
With I'm trying to think back to
it was the Daily Show of Seth Rollins.
The comedy, yeah.
You know, which wasn't like much of a spoof of the Daily Show. It was like Seth was telling jokes about storylines or anything like that. There, you know, it was mainly just shots at Stewart.
Seth was on.
But Jon Stewart came out. I mean, the guy's a TV guy, so he can naturally come across on television.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean,
you know, he just came from his taping. I mean, that actually, what Seth said was a fact. He tapes the show like around 6 or 7.
Yeah, like Letterman and those shows. And
yep. So you know, he showed. He said, and you know, he wasn't lying. He was at that Money in the Bank. The Money in the Bank. I actually forgot about that though. But him and his kid were there during when Ron's won Money in the Bank. They wore that pay-per-view as in the front row. So like I said, the guys acknowledged wrestling on a show a few times. So the guy's clearly a fan. Yeah. So once again, I don't know if he was being fed lines like most celebrities are, or if he was just able to think about as coming across as a glorified fan and just cut every test. Yeah. Like I said, if Jon Stewart's looking for an alternative career since he's supposedly leaving the Daily Show later this year, which just makes it more depressing. Wrestling manager's not that far away. I think he could do. Yeah, he has a personality. I think he could be a solid wrestling manager if he wanted to be.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know, I mean, because obviously he's not going to be a wrestler. You know, so I mean, he could. And in a PG,
he even kind of said that
in a PG setting, much like Paul Heyman, you're pretty much protected from getting taking too many bumps. Right, but he could play with a good guy or bad guy manager if he wanted to. Yeah. But I don't know.
I like how he pointed out too how Seth Rollins won the money. You know, had help.
No, actually, the funniest thing too was in the beginning because I don't know who am I saying? It was Kevin Dunn. Great camera work by Kevin Dunn again. Freaking goofy. Goofy. If you watch the How Much It Sounds Off podcast, you get that reference. If you ever see pictures of Kevin Dunn, it looks like Goofy. Seriously. Yeah. Comparison, the guy's goofy. But no, you see Seth's. Even I watched this on my television 2 weeks ago when I actually had USA for the time, and you could see Seth's eyes. You know, he's talking, but his eyes are down, looking straight downward. And clearly it's got the piece of paper there. And even like Jon Stewart's like, well, clearly your eyes are wandering. Yeah. And then Seth's like moving the paper out of the way. Yeah. So, you know.
Good work by the cameraman there. But yeah, so anyways.
I mean, we already know that guys are reading from scripts of that there, but it's so obvious when you see a close up and Seth's eyes are even on Jon Stewart. They're on like this paper down here. Yeah. It's like, yeah, John, you and then Jon Stewart's like down the eye. It's like apparently somebody can't read off. Yeah. Can't talk to me about reading a piece of paper.
Yeah. So it just goes to show you, like, it's like we don't have much better to talk about these days and things like that with the wrestling world. So, but yeah, so that was last week, and this week obviously it was a little different. You know, they wanted to, I guess, move things forward with Randy Orton. And
yes. Well, pretty much last night confirmed the match is on.
Right.
I mean, that's been. I mean, once again, Randy Orton, this guy gets so many Stone Cold Steve Austin comparisons once in a while.
Yeah.
And now he's flipping the bird now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my God.
Something, I know a lot of people out there are probably thinking like, oh, it's back. The Attitude Era's back. And it's not. I thought it was funny by the camera guy. Like, the camera guy, like, panned down.
Yeah.
So, like, you could see a split second, you could see the fit, and then the camera guy
We're
panned.
PG, damn it. Can't flip the bird on television.
But they did, for I guess that second or whatever it was. There you go.
I think the last time I ever saw an actual flip the bird was when Austin came out for 30. For the brief moment, because it was far away, but you could tell because that's what he always did in the corner. He'd get up and he flipped the bird to the crowd pretty much, and that was his entrance. And do you ever see his Hall of Fame speech when he comes out? He's coming out, and he has like his fist up.
Yeah.
And everybody's and you see people laughing and that. He's actually flipping the bird when he comes out there. He's doing his, but because it was like PG, they blurred it out. They blurred it out. Yeah. I mean, but you don't just blur it out now. It looks like he was doing like a fist bump pretty much in the air, which makes no sense of Austin.
Right. So, but yeah, that was one of the I guess intriguing things coming out of this episode of Monday Night Raw, and then I mean at the end, Randy Orton just goes on this long like 10-minute beatdown of Seth Rollins here.
Yes.
Eventually RKOing him through the announce table on the first try. Gotta mention that because sometimes it's taking 2 or 3 tries to get the guy through the announce table.
Yep.
But no, Seth went.
Hell, Randy's even hurt himself off the announce table a few times.
Yeah.
He had one match of Kane. It was like a no DQ match. It was on SmackDown.
Yeah, I think. And of all people, Kane.
They tried to they tried to like do something on the table. And all of a sudden the table tumbled.
Yeah, it just fell on its own.
Orton fell, and Orton kind of was laughing when he got up.
It just like broke on its own. Yeah, I seem to remember that a little bit. But yeah, so that was basically. I mean, it was a 2-on. They set up a 2-on-1 handicap match
against Roman Reigns.
Yeah, to finish.
Because it's not like Brock Lesnar was in the. But oh wait, he was.
Yeah. Yeah, which I guess we can go to. Obviously, as usual, one of the highlight segments of Raw, classic Paul Heyman.
Yes.
This time with Brock Lesnar there to... And yeah, you mentioned too about, earlier about Brock Lesnar going to UFC, and I thought it was funny, Paul Heyman even, like, kind of hinted at, Brock Lesnar...
He's the deal. Anybody who has this thing called the internet...
Right.
Probably knows that Brock Lesnar was at the last UFC pay-per-view, sitting next to Dana White, the president of UFC.
Yeah.
And this is while he's under contract to WWE. So obviously, you can't ignore this.
Right.
It happened. Anybody with a laptop could see the photos and everything. So, I mean, once again, there's some people saying Brock's just playing hardball with WWE, hoping to get a massive deal out of it.
Yeah.
I honestly think that he's actually about UFC. Thinking of just going to the UFC pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard rumors that he's trying to work for both companies. I don't see how that's humanly possible.
I didn't. Yeah, and
Dana White is very committed to if you're
right,
coming in and you're 100% committed to the UFC.
Right.
And Vince McMahon's the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't work like independent dates if you work for WWE. You got to work solely for them, even though they're called independent contractors.
Right. Yeah, just ask CM Punk when when Vince flipped out about CM Punk going to a UFC event. Making his appearances back in the...
Well, no. I mean, Punk. The deal there was that Vince looks at MMA as like a barbaric sport.
Yeah.
He's okay with boxing.
Yeah.
I guess boxing is not as barbaric. But I did like the whole Paul Heyman match thing, Pacquiao and Mayweather fight.
He did make that reference.
The fight that will probably make over like I don't know 2 million buys maybe easily.
That. 2 men that are both combined, their weight is still less than Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman joked about.
Also, probably the last two greatest stars in boxing. Probably, I joked about it on Facebook, but it's true.
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
After this fight, what other
I don't know
super
what else,
fight is there left for boxing? At this
There's no
point?
since Mayweather. I can't think of any other names that household names really.
Well, first of all, the heavyweight division
Exactly.
the heavyweight division's gotten very weak, and that used to be the Ali, Frazier,
thing,
So now you got
Tyson.
so now you got to rely on these little guys, these little welterweight guys, pretty much. So well, like I said, once again, I don't see, first of all, if Floyd wins, I think he only has like 2 fights left on his current fight contract, and I think he's going to retire.
Yeah, he's getting up there.
He's getting up there in age, and so is Pacquiao too.
Yeah.
I think if Pacquiao wins, I think we get at least a rematch because that would be Floyd Mayweather's first career loss, and he has one more fight left, and he does not want to. I guess I do not see the man retiring. Besides just one loss, but not trying to avenge that one loss in his final career fight in that. But I think if Mayweather wins, I think it's the end for Pacquiao. Unless once again, I think he wins. At the end of the day, I think unless Pacquiao wins, I think it's Pacquiao's last fight in his career. If he loses, I think he's done. And then Mayweather, he has one more fight left. But then again, I don't know how you can top the Pacquiao. Hype alone is going to be huge here. I think Vegas has already exploded as far as betting goes. Yeah. So, no. Once again, it's probably the end of a sport. I also think it's 3 years too late for this fight. Man, 3 years ago, this would have been...
Yeah, they would have been more in their prime.
Would have been 10 times better. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Pacquiao's coming off of, I don't know, in his last 5 fights, he was only 3 for 2. Yeah. Back in the day, he was almost undefeated, pretty much. Yeah. But like I said, they would have been younger. They would have been more in their prime. They're still in great shape. It's not like they can't
obviously
compete for 15 rounds or anything. But no, I just cannot see any way of them. I just cannot see any way of boxing coming back after this, pretty much.
Yeah, so
unlike the UFC, but even I think the UFC has some problems too in that. Although Ronda Rousey did that fight did very well. Yeah, but she did 500,000 buys or something like that. Yeah. So suck on that, WWE. Apparently, female forwards can draw.
Yeah, so so Paul Heyman brought that up, and then of course he also kind of joked how that Brock Lesnar will unify the UFC and WWE World Heavyweight Championships.
Yeah, one can dream.
In his
pipe dream of all pipe dreams.
Yeah, again. So not that that'll ever happen. But.
Well, actually, there were back in the day. There was UFC titles featured in WWE programming back before UFC was big.
But obviously not.
I think it was Dan Severn. I think when Dan Severn came in to WWE, he was the NWA champion at the time, which is funny once again featured in WWE programming. And I think he was also UFC champion also there. And he actually had the belt on too. Yeah. And like I said, you also had Ken Shamrock, I think also did MMA and UFC as WWE and UFC also at the same time as well. In fact, I don't know if this episode of Raw was on the network yet. I don't even know if they even keep this commercial in. But I remember watching on YouTube an episode of Raw, and it's Ken Shamrock coming out for a match. And as this is happening, you hear Vince McMahon on commentary plugging Ken Shamrock fighting in a UFC pay-per-view coming up on Sunday. So, once again, this is before UFC really took off as a phenomenon in that. But it's kind of, it felt so real watching a WWE program, actually Vince plugging a UFC event with WWE talent in it. Where now he wouldn't even acknowledge them. But Betty even tried to say that that they're one and the same, or that the audiences are one and the same, or anything like that. Yeah. So just shows you how much things change sometimes with people.
So I guess besides that, earlier in the show, since we're kind of going all across the board here, wherever we please. I don't know. The Intercontinental Championship, which is. Feels like it's a joke the past few weeks. It's kind of just this title.
Fun fact: Bad News Barrett is 1 for 9 in the last month in non-title fights.
I would imagine. Yeah, I could imagine. It seems like he got the title back, and now he's again he gets the same old
champs
treatment.
Are chumps, champs are losers.
Yeah, especially the Intercontinental Champ. It's like you get the belt.
I'm telling you, if he does not win this ladder match at Mania, Because he's worse thing. It's not that he's losing the matches too. He can't even get his belt back.
Yeah.
The whole storyline here is that people are stealing his belt.
Yeah.
Mainly R-Truth, which I didn't even know where to start there. Why R-Truth is even involved in this.
Yeah, he's been on commentary the past few weeks. That's all.
And apparently he's crazy R-Truth again. Apparently he's not going as far as talking to imaginary little Jimmy anymore. Yeah. But he's pretty much crazy R-Truth again.
Somebody owes us an explanation. That's all.
So you got Luke Harper, Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose. Stardust has been at it, which to me pretty much means that the Goldust feud died.
Yeah.
It doesn't shock me. Their match at Fastlane was not really that great.
Yeah.
And I was even shocked that you were even going to have that feud for Mania.
Right.
So, I mean, there's still a part of me that thinks Goldust might be falling into this ladder match, so that way at least they can... Because look, Goldust has held the Intercontinental Championship in the past, like early in his career. So he could say, hey, but this is my final Mania. And I want to go out holding the belt that I've held the most in my WWE career in that. So I could see them doing that. And also maybe to prevent his brother Cody from winning the belt too.
Yeah.
But I mean, at this point, it's like if Pat News Barrett doesn't retain the belt, it's just sad, pathetic, right? He's just been a joke then this couple of months. A lot of people bitching about Bryan being in this championship match.
Yeah.
I think Dave Meltzer,
I
think had the best article when it came to Daniel Bryan and the company. The guy's Chris Benoit, pretty much. Yeah. Now, before people start freaking out and assuming that he's going to murder Nikki Bella and then kill himself, so what Meltzer meant by that is, if you follow Benoit's career in WWE after he won the World Heavyweight Championship and lost it to Randy Orton, after that he was pretty much glorified mid-carder in WWE.
Yeah, pretty much.
The highest he ever got to again was the U.S. Championship on SmackDown.
Yeah,
he never competed for the World Championship or WWE Championship. He was pretty much out of the main event picture.
Yeah,
he was just there to be there, pretty much. So, so in my mind, that's what Bryan is. He's there to be there. Yeah. Pretty much something that about last year for 30 was no different than Benoit for 20. That was his one and only moment he was going to have.
10 years later.
That was his 1 year in the spot. That was going to be his one only year in the spotlight. And you can put Eddie Guerrero in there too.
Yeah.
Because really, I keep hearing. I heard Steph say like a week after he died that he was going. What the plan was to have put the belt back on him again. I would have had to believe to see that.
Yeah.
Once again, I think Eddie fell in the Benoit shoes where if he now granted Eddie had more of a personality than Benoit ever did.
Yeah.
He also was solely carrying the Latino demographic in WWE.
Yeah.
So he actually had two things going for him over Benoit. But to me, when he won it over Lesnar and Benoit won it, that was just two veterans finally getting that one chance at the top of the ladder. But there was no long-term plan to keep these guys as main eventers, pretty much. Yeah. And for me, that's what it was with Bryan. 30, that was his moment. He gets one moment, pretty much. Everybody gets one, except for a few other superstars. But Daniel Bryan got one. So, but I can see from Meltzer's perspective now, and especially Bryan now in fight for the Intercontinental Championship, he's definitely now a glorified mid-carder.
Yeah.
So once again, people can hate it, but that... Once again, the Soundbites kind of joked about Bazoo there. It's like, he's not mainstream enough, apparently.
Apparently, yeah.
Connor the Crusher, who's being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, his favorite wrestler was Daniel Bryan. Not mainstream enough. Yeah. Bryan was actually participated in the San Francisco Giants World Series, parade. Not mainstream enough. The Seattle Seahawks gave him control of their official Twitter feed for about an hour, I think it was like 24 hours, I believe. Yeah. Not mainstream enough. The guy just can't attract the mainstream. Apparently, NFL and MLB is not mainstream enough to WWE. Yeah. So once again, he's not what the guy they're looking for.
Yeah. And not only that, I think also he's getting up there in age, and I think they had before he was returning, they were saying how he's gonna have like a backstage role too in the company that they were.
Yeah.
So,
But like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not really shocked.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't think anybody should be upset about it. If you thought for a brief second that he was going to be the next big thing, you couldn't have been following this company's history for that long.
Yeah.
It's not so much about who's the most over; it's about who they think they should be the most over.
Right.
So I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not really shocked. But like I said, to me, it's pretty much he's glorified mid-carder now. So I guess you just got to deal with it.
Yeah, I guess.
Obviously, Bryan has.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically the state of the Intercontinental Championship picture right now.
That actually might be the best match in the whole WrestleMania card, though.
I mean, it's.
I actually see it being the only match on the whole entire card that won't get shit on possibly by the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a ladder match. You know, you can't.
Yeah.
You know,
which once again, I don't know how smart it is to have Brian come off neck surgery in a ladder match, but I mean, once again, I could see Sheamus getting added to this match too. Sheamus has been
he's been
AWOL for a while now. He's got to be in something. Now maybe it's to me it's either this ladder match. Or it's going to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah.
But once again, if he's not winning any of these matches, why have him come back then?
Right,
He'll just save his return for post-Mania.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll stay, up to speed on that, I guess. I guess moving forward, I guess we're going to talk about the Cena and Rusev story.
Yeah.
Again, like we, opened the show talking about, with John Cena.
Yeah.
And his very, very, American ways the past few weeks. Obviously.
Now, to be fair, every wrestler that's gone up against Rusev, apparently, they play the American card.
Right.
They play the American card.
Yeah.
They can't just play, I'm going to beat this undefeated guy. It's, I want to beat the evil Russian because I'm American, damn it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we all knew the feud was happening. First of all, I laughed when John Cena announced he was going to be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Was that last week?
Yeah.
Or
yes, last week, and then instead they came out and just crushed his balls apparently.
Yeah, and yes,
and actually
we didn't get to talk about it.
If you notice that too, and once again, this is the other reason why I kind of really hated Raw. Stephanie, the strongest character right now, besides John Cena that they've built up, is Stephanie McMahon. Because I swear to you, every time she's on the microphone, nobody can have a chance to get a conversation in edgewise over her.
Yeah,
they're just gonna sit there and take whatever punishment that comes out of her mouth there. Which, of course, last week had to be John Cena, which was the whole, WWE made John Cena. John Cena's not WWE and so on there. Once again, though, I will laugh. Actually, here's the funny thing there, too. I don't even think they're referring to John Cena in that promo. I think that was a blatant shot at Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Fine, go away. We made you. You didn't make us. Most of that there. Because there's no way this family feels that way about John Cena.
Obviously, yeah.
I think they all know where this company would be financially if there was no John Cena to help save their ass on a regular basis here.
Yeah.
That's a sad fact there.
At least recent years, definitely.
Yeah, it's a sad fact there. I don't know where this company would be. I mean, you even had this conversation one time here. Who would be John Cena at this point if it wasn't John Cena?
Yeah.
I mean, the only name that makes any logical sense is Randy Orton. I didn't even know if Randy could draw as well as Cena could.
Yeah.
Maybe he could. Maybe the full marketing machine is behind him. Maybe he could do it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So I just let them. But no, but just like he had Cena just staying there and taking it. And I'm just like, do no babies have any balls anymore?
Yeah.
You're telling me that back in the day, Hulk Hogan would have put up with that shit in the 80s?
Yeah.
That Austin would have put up with it. That The Rock would have put up with it. No, they would have had a comeback at a moment. I'm not saying they had to beat Stephanie up.
Obviously. Yeah.
Obviously, no, she's a female. You don't do that. But you can't verbally put her down.
Right, yeah.
No, we got to verbally take this.
Yeah.
Because we're a good employee.
Yeah, so.
But no, like I said, and like I said, even this week too, she did the same thing to Big Show and Kane.
Yeah.
What, you guys are a bunch of babies.
You guys gotta get along.
Get along.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, so Rusev comes out and fights Curtis Axel. Axelmania.
Yeah. Well, first of all, too, they were both backstage before this happened, and Cena said, if you say anything bad about America or whatever, I'm gonna come out and show you, how we fight and everything.
Yeah, that was his promo.
So
Rusev destroys Axel, which everybody expected. If everybody thought Axel was gonna get a win
here, yeah.
I mean, look at the end of the day, Curtis Axel showed way more personality than ever has shown in his entire career so far.
Yeah.
That even includes the time teaming up with Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Rusev wins. Cena comes out, destroys Rusev.
Yeah. Rusev is starting to obviously, spew his stuff. I get his anti-American.
Well, yeah, and you can tell Lana's trying to make him not do it.
Yeah.
Like trying to say, no, you heard what Cena said. We don't want to create a problem here. So anyway, so Cena comes out, destroys him. To his credit, though, he actually did lock in the STF.
Yeah, a couple.
He actually locked in the hold.
Like 3 times.
No, you know what I mean? No, he actually put pressure on him.
Yeah,
It's why?
And like sometimes across his face.
I can't believe no one still has asked him this question. I think the only guy who has is Austin, which and I always said to Joey Fashion was, dude, you STF, gotta crank that shit up, man.
Yeah.
You gotta make this thing look way more believable than what you're showing on television here. And after that, even still did not attempt to crank it up or make it at least look like this move actually hurts somebody. I mean, once again, someone has to ask Cena there. Does the company tell him don't crank it up too high? You don't want to look like you're killing somebody, or does he just not give a crap because of where he is in the company? Someone has to ask him that question.
Yeah. Someone
just has to ask him, "What's new with the STF, dude?" Yeah. I've seen that move done multiple other times by multiple other people, and it looks like it legitimately hurts.
Right.
Because the point of wrestling is to at least make it look like you're hurting your opponent.
Yeah.
This is if you actually are or not, you can at least make it look like you're hurting.
Yeah.
If you can't even get that right, what's the point?
Right.
This is the same guy that also yells out his moves on a regular basis, too.
Yeah.
Do you ever notice that, too, in Cena matches when he's talking to himself?
Yeah.
All he's doing is calling the spot. He's calling the next spot in the match. But he's like yelling, and you get Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler commentary. Gee, what's Cena saying? He's talking to himself. It's like he's yelling out the next move.
Oh my God, that is funny.
But yeah, so anyways, I mean, Cena locking in the STF on multiple occasions here, and I thought it was funny. They're getting the referees out to, to pull him away, and Lana's outside, and Cena's just like, he's just like, screaming and with his face in the air, and he gets up and he has like this, psychotic killer look on his face because, he's like, I demand a match for the U.S. Championship. And now, he just forced them to make that match.
So Lana grants it. And that's the key thing. Lana grants the match, not Rusev.
Right, yeah.
Which then goes back to them backstage arguing. Which to me means that it... Well, you have heard the news come out that Lana is going to be in a WWE Studios film with Edge.
With Edge?
Yep, called the Interrogation.
Interesting. So,
it's called The Interrogation. Don't know a whole much about it.
Yeah. What is going on back there?
But it's going to co-star. It's going to co-star Lana and Edge, or it's going to be Lana's real name in that. Although I'm pretty sure, much like the Marine 4 with Summer Rae and the Miz, just like on the poster, it's going to say Miz and Summer Rae. It's going to have the wrestling names, not the real names.
Yeah.
Because it's not like The Rock doesn't do that anymore. I'm pretty sure when you go into credits, it's Dwayne Johnson and David Batista Guardian, it's David Batista. And it's not spelled Batista like WWE spelled it. It's B-A-U, how it's supposed to be spelled. So I don't know. I mean, but it wouldn't shock me if they have Lana and Rusev split up just so Lana can go filming, maybe.
Yeah. You can see that, obviously. But yeah, I mean, if they gotta...
I mean, once again, I think it's going to be... The thing funny about this match here, it's a rematch, which almost means Cena's going to win because it's also Mania, which is number 2. The only thing going against him is that the U.S. title belt's on the line again.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to picture in my head, clearly, why would Cena be happy with a mid-card belt?
Yeah, exactly.
And number 2 is, how fast is it going to take this company to get that belt off him?
Right.
Prediction? The next night after Mania. Because I don't see any point to the face of the company hang on to a mid-card belt for 6-7 months.
Yeah.
Even if it makes it past the 1 month, I would be shocked.
Yeah. Not only that, I mean, that Raw after WrestleMania is typically an eventful one.
Well, yeah, exactly. So. I mean, well, hell, I mean, The Miz beat Bad News Barrett at Mania for the belt, and the following night in Raw, he lost the belt back. And that was 24 hours. The belt swithed hands, so it's not like it can't happen.
Yeah.
How it might be the Rusev. They might just kill the feud there.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, the rumors are that Sheamus has come back as a heel.
Yeah, which I'd be in favor of.
And I wouldn't be surprised if his first feud might be against John Cena. And his whole gimmick could be I tried to be a good guy. I tried to be nice to the kids and everything, and it didn't work. It didn't work.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to kill the kid's biggest hero, which is John Cena. Boom. Storyline. There you go.
Yeah.
Not that hard to
That'd be
tell
good,
a storyline.
Yeah, that could actually make Sheamus relevant again because
That's what I'm saying. There, if he came
need
back,
another
if
big
he
heel.
returned in the Battle Royal and lost, pointless. If he came
Right.
back in a ladder match and lost, pointless. If he came back and screwed John Cena or screwed somebody and strode right away in a main event feud, because let's be honest here. If Sheamus came back as a heel, he's already a main eventer again because the heel side is so thin in this company that it makes sense.
Right. So yeah, that's that'd be the route I'd go too as it is. So, but yeah, so again, we continue to wait for his return, and I guess we continue to wait for the Undertaker. Although I think we both agreed that we wouldn't see him until WrestleMania as it is. So
no,
but I guess some people are waiting for Undertaker to return on Raw, but
technically he kind of did. We
some extent,
we got a response. We got a response. We got lightning, a burning chair.
I guess with that, I mean,
at least we actually heard Taker speak.
Yeah.
Sting, we still yet to hear actually speak yet.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in the form of a seance, to some extent, if you want to call it a return from the Undertaker.
Yes.
I guess, but
which it's happened in the past.
Which is fine. But
whatever.
I thought it was fine. I mean,
I don't know though. See. Well, no, that's good. I'll save it for the end, and we'll go through all of the Mania feuds, pretty much. Well, I don't know. You could probably throw Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, and Taker, and Sting and Triple H all in the same boat for the same problem here. Which is, it's tough to care about this feud when only you have one guy each week of the feud on television.
Right.
And in the case of Sting and Triple H, nobody was on Raw in person to help plug the match. And all we got was a video package where, quote unquote, that was Sting's voice, where it wasn't Sting's voice. I don't know how many former wrestlers on the Twitter page on a Twitter account said, "Dude, that's not Sting's voice." It might be like if it is, they decided to give him a voice recorder so he can still decode his voice in that.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've never seen. He's the other thing too. WWE. They've done such a shitty job of Sting. The only cool thing I've seen them do with Sting was at Fastlane. They had him point the baseball bat at WrestleMania. Yeah, that's a cock moment. I don't know how many WWE fans have been waiting for him, but we've yet to hear him speak. Right. He's barely on WWE television. Yeah, I mean, you have 2 weeks in this feud yet. So, besides the hardcore WWE fans that remember him from WCW, what's to make anybody else give a crap about this guy here? Yeah. Because Triple H is just putting him down as a WCW guy. Right. That's his logic here. I'm a WWE guy, he's a WCW guy. Yeah. You gotta hate him because he's a WCW guy. Yeah. So I'm so glad that even though the company's been dead for like 14 years, that Vince still cannot bury the hatchet of WCW. He still has to bury that product. Yeah. Which he has no problem featuring on his network to show to everybody and so on. But no, it's just there's that. Bray's great, but even now I'm sick and tired of hearing him come out and responding to an invisible person. Yeah. And don't get me started on Brock. And this Roman Brock thing was even sadder this week because they want to show at the same time. These two have yet to come face to face.
They were in the same. Yeah, they were. Yeah.
The last time they were was the Raw.
WWE World Headquarters.
During the Raw, they got canceled due to the snow. After what was that? Like almost 2 months ago.
Yeah, the night after the Royal Rumble, I guess.
And you have Paul Heyman putting down Roman's family in a promo. Yeah, and Roman Reigns doesn't have the guts to come out and get in the ring. Yeah. Apparently, it's showing the man's family. It doesn't bother Roman. Yeah. Apparently, he doesn't care.
He can care less. I don't know. Yeah, they had that little video package too. They're showing him with The Rock at WrestleMania and like a little interview.
That's
not good enough.
Actually, learned that fact there too. Apparently, Roman Reigns and The Rock are not actually cousins.
I heard that their families are close or whatever, and they kind of.
Supposedly, what happened was Peter Maivia, The Rock's grandfather. Yeah. I think the Wild Samoans. Because is it Sika or Alpha is Roman's father? But what happened was when Peter Maivia fought in the Cow Palace a lot with Pat Patterson, You know, he was looked upon as a Samoan hero in wrestling. Of course, back in the day, people thought the shit was real.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing Pat Patterson on a Legend of Wrestling Roundtable, which you might be able to watch this on the network, but he would tell stories about how when he would come out to fight Peter Maivia, he would get mugged by Samoan fans. Like, they would actually come over the guardrail and, like, punch him and that. Like, he was, like, terrified for his life in that. And one of the two guys that he was terrified the most were Alpha and Sika, who were, like, huge Peter Maivia fans. But anyway, so apparently Peter Maivia, I guess, saw these guys, thought they had a great build, and he made them wrestlers in that. And supposedly they became, like, close friends. So much so that they were kind of like family.
Yeah, exactly.
So, they're not, like, bloodline cousins, but they kind of, like, are. I mean, it's...
I've read that, too.
I mean, once again, it's... If you had to ask me which is the more interesting family tree in wrestling, the Hart family tree or the... I forget what it is, but, you know, the Rock... Yeah. The Rock's pretty much family tree. It's this family tree, because it's made up of people that aren't really even related, but they're kind of like, you know, my dad was friends with your dad, and we were so close because they were both wrestlers that they were really like brothers to each other in that.
It kind of speaks more to like the wrestling, you know, community, I guess, and bringing people
and to be
together,
fair, you know, for a while that was kind of the Hart Foundation was, until, you know, Dave Boy actually married Diana Hart and became an actual member of the family and that, you know. I mean, like I said, you see it all the time. You're like, you know, Tyson Kidd is considered a member of the Hart family, yet he's only part of the Hart family because he's married to Natalia. Yeah. So, but because he's trained with, you know, Harry Smith and all the Hart kids and that back in the day. He's, you know, he's been considered a member of the Hart family for years as well. But his is by marriage and so on.
Right. So, see, I never really.
No.
I don't think it was important enough to ever really.
No. I think all the company's pretty much trying to say is that this our next big star is somehow related to one of our biggest stars we ever had, pretty much. So that's all the message they're saying there too. Although the whole point of the Rumble was, oh shit, they're gonna boo Roman. We gotta fix the fixes here. Send the Rock in. He'll turn the crowd around.
Yeah.
They won't boo the Rock when he's in the ring. Whoa, fuck.
Yeah.
Gee, we're in a pickle again.
Yeah.
So no, but like I said, once again, so why should I care about Roman and Brock again? Besides the fact that it's the main event and this is for the belt, because really the only person selling this match is Paul Heyman at this moment.
Right. Yeah.
Roman has barely acknowledged Brock.
Yeah.
Brock won't even speak, which I keep hearing is a good thing there, but still he won't even speak. So the guy plugging this promo, this feud, is Paul Heyman all by himself, pretty much.
Yeah.
Listen, just some stuff I noticed.
Yeah. I mean, it's blatant. It's obvious too. Like why, like Roman Reigns. Yeah, he's in the main event later on in the night. He's there. Brock Lesnar's there.
And like I said, the whole story they're pretty much telling here is that Roman's maybe too confident over Brock. He's overestimating the guy. He's not taking Brock seriously. It sounds like because he's because of his calm demeanor and so on. I mean, once again, okay. But still, why should I care?
Yeah. I mean, they got 2 weeks left, I think, now until 2 more Raws.
They got. This is what they have, Tyler. They got a SmackDown, a Raw, and a SmackDown, and a Raw. They have 4 shows yet because the final Raw is the final show before Mania. After that, they move to Access. There's a SmackDown taping usually that night after Raw.
Yeah.
But if you remember, the final SmackDown before Mania it's mainly Access footage with video packages. They maybe might have 1 or 2 matches they tape for SmackDown, which is still in the same city as Raw, isn't it?
Yeah.
But once again, because Mania is that big now and Access is like a week-long event, they want to get it pretty much as soon as Raw is done. They ship the guys out for Access. Then it's all about Mania. Then it's all about building for Mania, building the set for Mania, getting the guys ready for Mania.
Yeah.
You know, once again, prove my point why SmackDown is pointless. The final show is not SmackDown to Mania, it's Raw. Right. So at the end of the day, Raw is the final show that's going to kick off, that's going to leave in the Mania. It's the first show that's going to start the new year after Mania.
Yeah.
So they have 4 shows to make WrestleMania, and not Mania.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see what they have a lot to do, it feels like, in 2 weeks. So I don't know. I guess we'll see how things turn out. But you mentioned a few minutes ago about how we would end the show with talk about all the feuds and everything.
Yeah.
Did you say? Yeah.
Well, no. But I mean, it was pretty much just that this build has been pathetic.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's yeah.
I've never seen a Mania so lazily built in my life.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. We got these matches on here that I don't care about. Try to make me care about these matches here, because I really do not care.
Yeah, you can't.
You're not doing anything to make me care of why. Why should the Undertaker come back and face Bray Wyatt? Why? Because he stole the urn.
Yeah.
We're still playing this mystic bullshit Taker all these years ago. Was the same thing CM Punk did 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So Undertaker 2 years ago used the urn storyline again. Why? Okay, Roman is facing Brock. I get that, but should Roman maybe, I don't know, acknowledge that Brock's this unstoppable athlete? Maybe not just, he's never facing a guy like me before. I mean, once again, I actually asked I had this strange feeling that Brock and Roman, and Paul kind of teased it, and I would not be shocked, because I'm pretty sure Rollins, especially Rollins has his briefcase here, but I would be surprised if they actually Ronda Rousey the WrestleMania main event this year. Think about it. Do you really want to have Brock Lesnar go out 15 minutes after the last time, especially if this is his last match in the WWE ring? Don't you remember 11 years ago at 20 with Goldberg?
Yeah.
However that went? None of the guys cared. None of them. I mean, do you think Brock's gonna give a crap? At the end of the day, I mean, you want to make Roman look strong? Why not just end the match in like 6 seconds?
Yeah.
It's gonna shock people. Now, great. That would be the real main event. The real main event would be Seth Rollins' music hits. Because the Authority's going to want to come down and say, yeah, we're going to want this belt off Roman here. And Seth, after, I guess, I don't want to say he's going to beat Randy Orton there, but I would be surprised if they try to do an angle where it looks like Seth's out for the night. Like, there's no way Seth's going to come back in that, and all of a sudden Seth's back, and it was all a trick in the beginning of it, so he could actually be in the main event somehow. So I mean, once again, just an idea, But maybe Paul was acknowledging there because Paul was a big fan of the UFC and that, and he just wanted to acknowledge that. But I would not be shocked just because this is not. How much has Roman proven that he can work as a singles competitor?
Yeah, not much. He's only had a couple months too.
He
hasn't enough time.
he feuded with Orton, which wasn't a bad match, but that's because Orton's a great worker.
Yeah, he hasn't.
He feuded with Bryan, which was his best match. That's because Bryan's a great worker.
Yeah.
Had a few matches with Rollins. They were great because Rollins is a great worker. What happens if this guy has to face a talent that maybe he's not considered a great worker?
Yeah.
And let's be fair, Brock, by all cases, is not considered to be a great worker. Based on his current repertoire,
he has his own style. Yeah, I mean,
it's mainly German suplex.
Yeah, some UFC style.
Maybe belly to belly, maybe some punches. I mean, not exciting.
He's supposed to decimate his,
I'm not criticizing that he's a monster, but I'm just saying it's going to be pretty tough to keep that going for 15 minutes. I mean, to be fair, I give you an example. The Brock Lesnar Triple H feud, remember in Sunset, was just the match was so boring. Because it made no sense. Even Extreme Rules, the only reason why people were so much into that match because they were watching John Cena get the holy shit kicked out of him. Which is what if nobody in Chicago saw that.
It was more of a beatdown. Yeah, it was
a
special
event. Even
really
SummerSlam beatdown, Nev Champions beatdown. It was pretty much the same thing. So if you actually have Brock wrestling a match like he did with Triple H, I think the only time it was actually somewhat exciting was the steel cage. That's because it was in a steel cage match.
Yeah.
So they actually had a structure they could use to help keep the match sitting there. But Brock really has not been that great unless he's been working with guys who, like the Punk one was great. That's because it's Punk.
Yeah.
The guy was MVP at that point still in the company.
Triple threat at the Royal Rumble, obviously.
But once again, I think that worked because Brock was just part of something. He wasn't trying to wrestle a one-on-one match in that. There's a advantage to doing multi-man matches in, which is that you can fix a limit that a talent has in that. Which in this case was Brock. Because you can have Rollins bump around. And Cena's okay taking bumps from Brock because he's done it twice already, 3 times already.
3 or 4, yeah.
So, I mean, I guess it works out here. But I cannot picture Brock and Roman going 15 minutes. Roman has not been in enough one-on-one matches to me to make him a ring general. And I don't know why you would make Brock a ring general. Because if he's going to UFC, why would he give a crap about going 15 minutes there? Would he want to go shorter? Would he want to not take as many bumps? Because so to avoid a lot of, well, I'm guessing much like Goldberg, a lot of headlocks.
Yeah.
And rest holds.
Slow pacing, yeah.
Very slow pace and no action whatsoever, pretty much. I think the best case scenario is maybe Roman wins fast and you have Rollins come out and that's the actual main event.
Gotcha, yeah.
I mean, what? Is the pay-per-view buy rate going to go down? They already ordered the pay-per-view at this point. They're watching Brock Lesnar. So if the buy rate's not high, that's because nobody can't give a shit about Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Not because nobody gave a shit about Rollins and Reigns.
Because they didn't build it up well enough.
Yeah.
Amongst other things.
I mean, once again, Reigns and Rollins could do a match together.
Yeah.
They've proven that. You have a storyline there.
Right.
I mean, and like I said, the fact that the other reason too is the fact that Rollins is still fighting Reigns, and the fact that he even pinned him at one point.
Yeah.
That's right. Blowing up to Mania, the challenger lost the match, which it still blows my mind.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, granted, Reigns kind of got his groove back because he performed a Undertaker-esque suicide jump outside
last week, yeah.
Which, like I said, I'm not gonna lie, that was very impressive.
That was one of the highlights last week.
And not to mention one of the most vicious spears I saw in my life too. And if you notice, after that, nobody booed the guy.
Right.
All of a sudden, it was like, holy shit, this guy's athletic.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, prove my point here, where you know how you can make Roman get cheers. It's not rocket science.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God!
But yet,
like
yet, I think they still want to make this guy John Cena 2.0, which I think is just gonna fall flat in their face.
If they go that route, obviously.
People are already sick of John Cena as it is.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's not everybody, maybe it's not a massive portion of the audience, but I think it's enough that it will move the Nielsen ratings down south more than north. So, once again, I mean, in my opinion, WrestleMania is just mania.
Yeah. It's been, I mean, the build-up, again, it's been, you can't wait until the last 2 weeks to get everybody excited. You got to get people excited.
And like I said, what are pretty much the three main matches on the card? Now, Grant, I'm just saying Taker and Bray are going to be a main event match because I don't see how these two guys don't go on later in the card because, first of all, they're over in California, so it's the West Coast. So most of the people is going to be shown in with sunlight out. Yeah. Which makes the Undertaker entrance not really that impressive. I mean, it's almost like the whole Katy Perry story. Did you hear the story come out?
What's that?
The story was that how Pete Carroll saved the halftime
Super Bowl, yeah.
If Pete Carroll did not go for a 2-point conversion, that the halftime show probably would have been performed during sunlight, which would took a lot of the appeal out of the performance a bit.
Yeah.
Because if
you can flying in the air and stuff.
Well, no, because to tell you, if you watch the halftime show, because you did watch
lights,
it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of lights, neon stuff.
Yeah,
you can't cover that up in the daytime.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you don't see like this amazing transition, and it's like I see the lines coming out and so on. It's like look, those people, they're gonna come out and do.
It's like at concert shows, or any they want to have special lights. The arena lights are off. It's not like a hockey game or
Exactly, but like I said, in Arizona they had the roof open, so of course the sunlight was coming in. Yeah. So. Once again, this is San Francisco. It's outdoors, so I mean, once again, there's other things too. Like I said, they've been lucky here, but if I remember right, the 49ers stadium is an outdoor stadium, right? It's not even a retractable roof.
I don't think the new one. I don't know.
Because WWE has been lucky for so long with these outdoor events that it has not had. They didn't have to deal with a rainstorm one bit. Yeah. Because his thing, if it's a thunderstorm hitting during this thing, I doubt you kept the show keep going. Right. I don't even think they can do that. I'm pretty sure if it's in the cold heavy downpour, they gotta postpone the event temporarily until the storm passes. Yeah. Which is again, that's the reason why a lot of people always say they're playing with fate here. And also, it's California, so you better hope that a massive earthquake does not hit like the World Series did when you're in Oakland and San Francisco. Because those stadiums are built well, but I doubt the sets are earthquake proof. Yeah. So, once again, I mean, WWE has played with fate in the past with these outdoor arenas here, and it'd be hilarious if this is the year where it finally happens, where the streak ends and they might have to pull a 180 on something. Yeah. So, Once again, nobody knows what they were doing. Like a thunderstorm hit that day.
Yeah.
It was just plain rain to just have the match going. Because if you remember those outdoor arenas, they have something built
Like
around
a
the ring.
tent, yeah.
So that way the rain does not get wet.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, once again, it reminds me of a funny, like, back in development, they did a show in OVW at Six Flags, and Cena was a guest, but it rained that day, so they had to postpone. But they couldn't postpone the Cena match because they advertised him so far in advance, and so many people showed up to watch him perform.
Yeah.
So Cena came out wrestling this development guy, and at one point he had the attitude adjustment. There was so much rain in the ring that when he hit it created this massive splash in the ring. So there's like some people actually saying that it was like one of the worst wrestling matches they ever saw. Because most guys couldn't do anything because the ring was slippery.
Yeah.
So it was like a quick match in that, but just remember like Cena was like laughing his ass off. Like some guys were trying not to laugh that they were wrestling in like a water, a pool of water pretty much in the ring.
Yeah.
But no. So once again, at the end of the day, I've never seen a Mania built so poorly.
Yeah.
There's not even one match here that they've built well.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't even think of one. At least from 27, you actually built like Triple H and Taker well.
yeah.
And actually even the Snooki feud of 27 was, I think, built pretty well. The match itself was going to be to begin with, but at least you had a reason why Snooki was wrestling to begin with. I don't think anybody wanted to see her wrestle, but you had a reason why she was wrestling. Here, I don't see where any of this talent, anybody in this card, it feels like just random people thrown together.
Yeah.
So once again, I don't know. After this event, my network subscription's done, so I don't need to worry about WrestleMania anymore.
Yeah.
Or wrestling period. So I don't know. Focus on other stuff then, I guess.
Yeah.
You know how the NFL draft is coming up. So
Yeah,
football.
that's true.
Football actually lasts longer than people think it does. So, like I said, at the end of the day, I just can't watch it anymore.
Yeah.
This Raw was so bad. And once again, it started with an opening segment, which is teased the last segment for the show. Yeah. They actually told their audience what was going to happen. You know, hey, stick around for 3 hours. Keyword, 3 hours. Not 1 hour, not 2 hours, 3 hours, and you will see Randy Orton beat the holy shit out of Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
You got to go through all the other bullshit to get there.
Yeah.
But so once again, at the end of the day, I can't deal with it anymore. I feel like I'm just punishing myself.
Yeah.
And I've given up. I mean, I know that some fans like say you gotta have hope. The product's gonna get better. I've had hope for so long.
Yeah.
Like since I don't know 2008, this company could turn around. Maybe.
When is enough enough? You know?
I think yeah. Pretty sure that was actually when I started turning a little bit south on the company was like 2008 because I think at that point it finally dawned on me. I'm like, well, gee, it's the same guys over and over again. Because at that point, I think 2008 was pretty much the year where it was packaged, where quote unquote that was Sting's voice, where it wasn't Sting's voice. I don't know how many former wrestlers on the Twitter page on a Twitter account said, "Dude, that's not Sting's voice." It might be like if it is, they decided to give him a voice recorder so he can still decode his voice in that.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've never seen. He's the other thing too. WWE. They've done such a shitty job of Sting. The only cool thing I've seen to do with Sting was at Fastlane. They had him point the baseball bat at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's a cock moment. I don't know how many WWE fans have been waiting for him, but we've yet to hear him speak. Right. He's barely on WWE television.
Yeah.
I mean, you have 2 weeks in this feud yet. So, besides the hardcore WWE fans that remember him from WCW, what's to make anybody else give a crap about this guy here?
Yeah.
Because Triple H is just putting him down as a WCW guy.
Right.
That's his logic here. I'm a WWE guy, he's a WCW guy. You gotta hate him because he's a WCW guy. So I'm so glad that even though the company's been dead for like 14 years, that Vince still cannot bury the hatchet of WCW. He still has to bury that product. Yeah. Which he has no problem featuring on his network to show to everybody and so on. But no, it's just there's that. Bray's great, but even now I'm sick and tired of hearing him come out and responding to an invisible person.
Yeah.
And don't even start on Brock. And this Roman Brock thing was even sadder this week because they want to show at the same time. These two have yet to come face to face.
They were in the same. Yeah, they were. Yeah.
The last time they were was the Raw
WWE World Headquarters.
Yeah. During the Raw, they got canceled due to the snow after, what was it, like almost 2 months ago?
Yeah, the night after the Royal Rumble, I guess.
And you have Paul Heyman putting down Roman's family in a promo.
Yeah.
And Roman Reigns doesn't have the guts to come out and get in the ring,
Yeah.
Apparently insulting the man's family, it doesn't bother Roman. Yeah. Apparently he doesn't care.
He can care less. I don't know. And yeah, they had that little video package too. They're showing him with The Rock at WrestleMania and in like a little interview. That's not good enough.
I actually learned that fact there too. Apparently Roman Reigns and The Rock are not actually cousins.
I heard that their families are close or whatever, and they kind of.
Supposedly, what happened was Peter Maivia, The Rock's grandfather. Yeah. I think it was the Wild Samoans. Because is it Sika or Alpha is Roman's father? But what happened was when Peter Maivia fought in the Cow Palace a lot with Pat Patterson. He was looked upon as a Samoan hero in wrestling. Of course, back in the day, people thought the shit was real.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing Pat Patterson on a Legend of Wrestling Roundtable, which you might be able to watch this on the network, but he would tell stories about how when he would come out to fight Peter Maivia, he would get mugged by Samoan fans. Like, they would actually come over the guardrail and, like, punch him and that. Like, he was, like, terrified for his life in that. And one of the two guys that he was terrified the most were Alpha and Sika, who were, like, huge Peter Maivia fans. But anyway, so apparently Peter Maivia, I guess, saw these guys, thought they had a great build, and he made them wrestlers in that. And supposedly they became, like, close friends. So much so that they were kind of like family.
Yeah, exactly.
So, they're not, like, bloodline cousins, but they kind of, like, are. I mean, it's...
I've read that, too.
I mean, once again, it's... If you had to ask me which is the more interesting family tree in wrestling, the Hart family tree or the... I forget what it is, but, The Rock. Yeah. The Rock's pretty much family tree. It's this family tree because it's made up of people that aren't really even related. But they're kind of like, my dad was friends with your dad, and we were so close because they were both wrestlers that they were like brothers to each other in that.
It kind of speaks more to like the wrestling, community, I guess, and bringing people
and to be
together.
fair, for a while that was kind of the Hart Foundation was until Dave Boy actually married Diana Hart and became an actual member of the family and that. I mean, like I said, you see it all the time. You're like, Tyson Kidd is considered a member of the Hart family, yet he's only part of the Hart family because he's married to Natalia. Yeah. So, but because he's trained with Harry Smith and all the Hart kids and that back in the day. He's been considered a member of the Hart family for years as well. But his is by marriage and so on.
Right. So, I never really.
No.
I don't think it was important enough to ever really.
No. I think all the company's trying to say is that this is our next big star is somehow related to one of our biggest stars we ever had, pretty much. So that's all the message they're saying there too. Although the whole point of the Rumble was, oh shit, they're gonna boo Roman. We gotta fix this here. Send The Rock in. He'll turn the crowd around.
Yeah.
They won't boo The Rock when he's in the ring. Whoa, fuck.
Yeah.
Gee, we're in a pickle again.
Yeah.
So no, but like I said, once again, so why should I care about Roman and Brock again? Besides the fact that it's the main event and this is for the belt, because really the only person selling this match is Paul Heyman at this moment.
Right. Yeah.
Roman has barely acknowledged Brock.
Yeah.
Brock won't even speak, which I keep hearing is a good thing there, but still, he won't even speak. So the guy plugging this promo, this feud, is Paul Heyman all by himself, pretty much.
Yeah.
Listen, just some stuff I noticed.
Yeah. I mean, it's blatant. It's obvious too. Like why, like Roman Reigns. Yeah, he's in the main event later on in the night. He's there. Brock Lesnar's there.
And like I said, the whole story the point is telling here is that Roman's maybe too confident over Brock. He's overestimating the guy. He's not taking Brock seriously. It sounds like because he's because of his calm demeanor and so on. I mean, once again, okay. But still, why should I care?
Yeah. I mean, they got 2 weeks left, I think, now until 2 more Raws.
They got. This is what they have, Tyler. They got a SmackDown, a Raw, and a SmackDown.